If you're a developer like me, you've probably struggled a lot of time to build some beautiful sidebars which are very usable and very collapsible. And we'll see in this video what the new Shadcn component is capable of and how to use it to achieve the perfect sidebar for your dashboards. So let's dive in the new Shadcn sidebar blocks. So we will see how to build like a sidebar which is collapsible. Full collapsible, or I think they have some icon collapsible. Just there is some icon collapsible sidebar, and this is just beautiful. This is perfect, and we will see how easy it is to build this with Shadcn. So my friends, without further ado, let's dive in. So let's start by creating a new Next.js app. Let's call it sidebar tutorial, TypeScript, yes, yes to everything, my friend. Tailwind, seriously no, a router, and no alias. Okay, so now let's go in it and open it in cursor. So I don't need you anymore. Let's see the project. So first, let's see the installation. Sidebar is just another Shadcn component, so we will see the command. It's just add sidebar. So first of all, I need to install init Shadcn. Let's do this. Terminal Shadcn npx init up default neutral. Yes, and there we go. Up at sidebar. I think I need also there's button input. That should be a drop down menu. I will need also. Let's install it now. Drop down menu. Okay, so let's see what did it install. Okay, so it installed a sidebar. It installed the use mobile. This is a hook. A tooltip that's not relative to sidebar. This is something else, but we will use it in sidebar. And very important, there is the sheet component. We will see later what the sheet has to do with the sidebar. So let's follow the tutorial. They say you have to add some CSS in your project. So in the CSS, in the CSS here, global CSS in the base, layer base, you just add this here. No, I just remove that and that, and we are good to go. Now I think that's it. Usage, we will have in the layout, we will have to use this these two lines. So let's do this without even thinking about what does it do. So I will explain you later what the app sidebar is, but basically this is our sidebar. The sidebar component here is not our sidebar. We will have the app sidebar. So we can have multiple sidebars in our applications because we will see how to implement each sidebar. So we have to wrap our total application with the sidebar provider. So let's do this. Let's wrap it. Sidebar provider up, and that's not it. We will have also to have the trigger in the main. I don't have main, so let's put a main here and here. Then cursor, sidebar trigger, import it, and what also the app sidebar. So we got this, but we don't got the app sidebar component yet. So let's build it. Where is it? Component, app-sidebar.tsx. Let's just paste this. The layout should be fine now. Okay, do you find it? App sidebar. Yes. So now let's see what does it do. Localhost 3000. I didn't run the server. So npm run dev. Okay. Now, what does it look like? Okay, I have a sidebar. It is not collapsible for now. I can't see what is happening? Oh, I have a lot of errors. Okay, maybe because my sidebar is empty actually. Let's get an example. My first sidebar, that's exactly what I did. So the first example is this. Let's just copy and paste, because maybe the issue is because my sidebar is empty. So let's see, what is it now? Yes, no. Why is that? Maybe because... okay, I get it. Because I think the provider shouldn't wrap the whole HTML. Maybe just this, even the body, I'm not sure. Maybe the body I don't have to. Just the main, I think. And actually, the sidebar trigger should be in the main, yes. So I think this is the good layout for this. The provider is wrapping the main component, the sidebar, the app sidebar is outside the main component, and the trigger, which is the little button here, should be in the main component. So we got it, the sidebar. So that was easy, but actually that's not good, because you will see some error, and I will show you an error. So in the console, we will see the responsive design, and look at the small error, and I don't like it. Yes. If you're like me, you don't like the errors in your console, and even if this is not like breaking the app, I don't like it. So actually, the first release of the sidebar has an error in the writing process, because there's no dialog title and even no dialog description, I think. And the issue is here. So let's see a sidebar. We will see the sheet and sheet content. We have to have sheet, not trigger. Where is it? Sheet title. Title, yes, here. And sheet description, yes. So if I do some, let's import that to avoid errors. If I write some things, we can see it will appear in my sidebar. But you know, this is ugly. We don't want that. We don't want the error, but we don't want anything else. So this is nice and clean. So yes, this is the next image, which is very annoying. Let's just return a div, a simple div, home. And now, my friends, we will have no errors. And this is the console you want, no errors. The sidebar is working, no errors, and this is perfect. So now we are ready. So let's see the doc of Shadcn. First, let's look at some variants, because we'll just like see that, and you do the variant you want. But personally, just the sidebar variant is good for me. So let's see the other ones. Here you can see variant sidebar is the default one, floating, as you can see here. So let's come back here. You can see now the sidebar is wrapped like in a card. So that's how it looks. I don't like it. And the other one, what is it? The inset. The inset is kind of weird because it feels like it's not a sidebar actually. It's like in the page. I don't like it personally. Just the sidebar is perfect, and this is what we will use in this tutorial. So now we have our sidebar. Let's do some CSS, actually some Tailwind, because we have a problem right now. And our problem is the layout property. So let's see what is actually the problem. Let's put a BG red here, and we can see our homepage is just this little rectangle. We want it to behave like a normal dashboard, you know, just one page. You can scroll anything, everything is displayed, or you have some drop-down menu, but we don't want just a small rectangle like that. So let's add some Tailwind properties in our layout. So to start, I already prepared it, so let's do this. So we want the body to be flex h screen. This is perfect. What else? We need to close this div. inside the sidebar. And also the main need to have this. I will tell you next. Oops, class name flex. Okay, so basically this is like what I did. This is not perfect, I don't care. This works, and this is everything I want. So for now, for this tutorial, I'm not a Tailwind expert. I just did this in order to show you the good sidebar. And so we have this. So now you will tell me this is not working. Exactly, because we just have to get him the height full, and now it works perfectly. We can see we can't scroll because the height is perfect, the width is perfect, sorry. So now what we are gonna do, let's wrap it in a card to I prepared a div for you, my friends. Let's wrap it in a card. Let's install a card. I don't have it, so let's install the card. Okay, now some imports. Okay, let's import it. And that should be perfect. Yes, my server is stopped. And refresh it. Yes, this is perfect. So let's close it. Okay, so now we have our dashboard. We have our toggle. It works perfectly. And we are good to explore the sidebar structure and how does it look. So first of all, let's see what Shadcn has to offer to us. So the sidebar wraps everything, and there is three main layers. There is the header and the footer. The header and the footer are sticky. This is the best place to put the logo and the user logout, etc. And the content is just scrollable. This is the main content. Like if you think about it, it's the Notion pages you have on the left. This is the sidebar content. Inside the sidebar content, we will see we can have some sidebar groups. What does it look like? I will show you. Maybe I can show you in examples. Groups can have titles. So here we can see this is the first group, the getting started. The building your application is another group, but it's not obvious here. Here is obvious. A group can have a label, and the label is what will be written here. And also we will see the group can have some actions that we can find here just next to the label. And inside the group, there is here a menu, and the menu is composed of menu items. And menu item is composed of menu button and menu icon. And it's very important to have icon because when you collapse, you will see you can have only icons. So let's see the doc they gave us. So we can see we have some, we have one group, one menu, and a few menu items with icons. So let's now see the code for it. Actually, this is the app sidebar. This is our sidebar. So as I told you, we can see we have one sidebar group here, and with the label application here, application, and in the group here we have group content. Group content is what is in this group, the content, and in the group content we have a sidebar menu which contains sidebar menu items, several sidebar menu items, which are here the items. So you know there is the titles, home, inbox, calendar. Each will have his own icon, and here the icon of each item, the title. So the menu button is as behaving as child here as a link, and we can see in the docs. I don't remember where I saw that, but the title should be in the span. So let's see actually what will happen if I don't. I think it will break the layout. It doesn't. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm saying, but I think I saw that the title should be in a span. I'm not sure, to be verified. But yeah. So now let's see what will happen if we have content here, a sidebar. I will show you the sidebar header, like a logo. I have no logo, so boom. The sidebar logo is not a thing. So here is my logo. Okay, now we can see the logo is here, but you can tell me, yes, but we can also put here like a sidebar menu, just menu item, sidebar menu item, not a menu label. That's not a thing actually. Sidebar menu item here, and we can see actually here is my logo also. So we could say yes, you can put your logo here, and actually if you prefer to put your logo here, you can say yes, my logo can belong here, but we can see the issue we will have with that. So let's make several groups up. Let's just act like barbarians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't care. This is the header logo, and this is actually the content, the group logo. What will happen when you scroll? The good logo, the header logo, stays here, but every other logos are scrollable. That's not what you want in your app. You want your logo to always be on the top and with a link to your homepage. So let's remove all that and see what can we do with this thing. So we say we have a group label. Let's see the group action. So sidebar group action, sidebar group action. Where is it? Okay, sidebar group action. So sidebar group action is actually behaving like a button. So we will have to pass here a on click up and console log click from sidebar group action. So okay, let's now, what is happening? Why doesn't, oh okay, because I didn't use clients, yes. And let's inspect our beautiful clean console. Here's my logo. Why don't have, yes, because I don't have an icon. Let's put classic plus item plus here, and I have to import it. And yes, now we got our group action, and we will see in the console when I click, it's clicked from sidebar group action, and it only works when I click on the plus. If I click, now you can see, but you have to trust me, if I click here it doesn't do anything. If I click here it spams the console. Okay, so this is the group, like the top of the group. This is the label, group label. I didn't talk about this because this was obvious, but I will show you the group label here. And now let's focus on the sidebar menu. So the sidebar menu, as I told you, is sidebar is actually the actual content of the sidebar group, and each sidebar menu is composed of several sidebar menu items, and each sidebar menu item will contain each a button. So now let's see a classic behavior of button as child. Just let's do on click, click from sidebar menu button, and let's say which button was. Okay, so click from sidebar menu item.title. This is what I add. I just want a console log, click from sidebar menu item.title. So let's see, the title should be what is written. This is click from home, inbox, calendar, search, and settings, and this is still our group action. So you can see this is as easy as that to implement actions. So now let's dive in the good functionalities, which is the drop downs, or even more, even what you want. For example, if you're building a Notion clone, you can add here a new page and build a new page here. This is up to you. I will show you how to actually build a drop down from here, but it's a bit special actually. This is the drop-down logic of Shadcn. You have to know it. So we want our drop-down to be open each time we click on the sidebar group action. Here, the little plus. So basically that means our sidebar group action should be our drop-down trigger. So just do that. Drop-down menu. So yes, I have it. Let's import it. Import it. Menu trigger. So that's what I told you. We will put the sidebar group action inside the drop-down menu trigger. So now let's put some content, new window, and let's say up several else, up new window, 1, 2, 3. So what will happen now? When I click on the plus, it will trigger the drop-down. It should work. Yes, it works perfectly. So obviously you can customize your drop-down. What isn't the side? Oh, maybe it's drop-down content. Why side is not here? Should it be here? Oh yes, sorry. The side. So you can customize your drop-down menu content to display wherever you want and what you want to put in it, but this is how it works. So you can see we have a lot of error, and as I told you at the beginning, we don't want errors. There is an hydration error, and if we think of it, it's normal because drop-down menu trigger is actually a button, and sidebar group action is also a button. So that's what React is telling us. There's a button inside a button. So we just have to tell drop-down menu trigger to behave as child, and let's see what happens. We have no more errors, and this is how we like to code. So now let's see another thing. It's I think sidebar menu action. I'm not sure how it is called. Sidebar menu action. Yes, this is it. The plus button, and what does it do? Actually, it adds a plus button exactly like in the group action, but for the button. And we will see how it behaves. It's also a button, so it will have an on-click. Click from the sidebar menu action item.title. And yes, sidebar menu, yes, action. So we will see. We can see when I click on home, it says click from the sidebar menu home, but here will be another action. So click from the sidebar menu action home. So that's actually a good thing if you want, like I don't know, here to be just a navigation bar to go on some pages, but to display the sidebar. And here, if you want to have some action, like if you're in inbox, so you can send new mails, etc. Calendar, you can have some action to set new event, extra. So it will behave exactly like the sidebar group action. If you want to have a drop-down menu, you will have to wrap it. Let's put here sidebar menu action up. You will be here, sidebar menu action. We will replace the sidebar group action by the sidebar menu action, and actually it will behave as child also. Yes, we can let the on-click button. So now we will see what will happen. We expect it to have a drop down here and a new item. Let's rename it item. So here we have some new window 1, 2, 3, and here we have some new item. Not 1, 2, 3, but this is exactly actually the same because we map over the items to put this drop down, so it's the same every time. But you can actually have another sidebar menu item here. So we can actually have a new. I just put a new sidebar menu item, and as I told you, the new a menu button in here with an icon and a span. with the title. And what did I want it to do? Yes, the menu we will put here, drop down menu with the action, up, come here, and in the menu item here. So now just, yes, the last one has it, and it's what I want. So I can customize it as I want. Hey guys, this is my first video on this new channel. If you're getting some value with it, consider subscribing. This is hard for me to speak in English because this is not my mother tongue, but I am doing it to progress also. So just consider subscribing or give just a like, that helps a lot. And let's back to the video. Okay, so now we will see the cherry on the cake is the collapse with icon. So first we will add some sidebar rail, I think. So this is some sidebar footer. Yes, actually the footer I didn't put, but it could be useful to see how it behaves. Here is the footer. As I said, I didn't show you, but I told you the footer is like the header. It's actually sticky, so you can scroll on the sidebar, not the header, not the footer. We will see what the railway sidebar sidebar rail. Yes, so this is a self-closing component. And what does it do? So actually we can see nothing changed, but what actually changed here is, you can see my cursor. Yes, I can open the sidebar here by toggling here. If I remove the sidebar rail, I can't do that. Here I close it, and now I can't open by clicking here. But the sidebar rail is actually useful for that. And up, I can open here. I don't know what use case you can have for this, but this is how it behaves. And by the way, I forgot to show you something. It's the shortcut. By default, the shortcut is for Mac Command B. If I do Command B a lot of time, you can see the sidebar toggles. You can customize it if you want. Let's move. What is the issue here? What do I have an issue? I don't get it. Did you mean items? Yes. No. Oh yes. Sorry. Oh, I had a little issue. Okay, so you can customize here by just going to shortcut here. By default is B. You can set it to K, and it will work exactly the same, but with K. So you can actually customize how you want. And you can see here, there is the key associated with the shortcut you decided. So it's not the shortcut, actually it's the shortcut plus the key. So, okay, so now the shortcut path. We want to see, for the last part, the collapse with icons. And I will also show you a little issue we can have with the collapse with icons. It's just if we don't have icons. So, for that, I will prepare something. You will see, up, I will tell my sidebar to collapse icons. What is it? So this is collapsible icons, and this should be good, the X. So what's the issue? Oh, okay. Icons, not icons, it was icon. So now guys, this is that easy to have this behavior. And now you can see we have a problem, because here my logo is shit and my footer is shit, and we can see the icons behave perfectly, but I will show you the last one I added manually, not in the loop. This was my icon, the plus. I will just remove it. Let's remove it and let's see what does it do. So what, I was not supposed to have a, oh no, sorry, here was the book icon. Okay, so now I don't have any icon. When I collapse, it's just the letter. If you just want it to disappear, and also the footer, you just want an image, or just remove it or have an icon, you can put an icon in your header and in your footer that will behave the same. But if you want it just to disappear, what you have to do is, where is the sidebar? Here, you import the context of the sidebar, use sidebar. So just now, we imported the sidebar, we call the state sidebar. There is here the context, where is the context? It's exported at the end, I believe. Use sidebar here, it's exported. You can read it, I won't read it with you, there is like 800 lines, but you can read it and see every element and every state you can have in this context. We will just use the state context, which is open or close, I believe. I don't remember exactly, or maybe collapsed or open, collapsed, I don't know. So now let's say our last sidebar menu item, I don't want it when I am on the collapsed state. So just as easy as class name, dynamic class name, of course. So let's say state, not dot collapse, state is a string, yes, like that. If state is equal to collapsed, then it will be hidden, also, else it's just an empty string. So now we can see the new item when we are not collapsed is like behaving as expected. It's just a button with some action we defined. Everything works perfectly. When we collapse, new item, look, it will just disappear. It's hidden. And that's how you play with the context of the sidebar to display or to behave the way you want, to have the best application you want. So now you will have the best sidebar ever, thanks to Shadcn. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope Shadcn will continue to give us some amazing components, and see you next.